From Don Juan by Lord Byron. Verses from Canto 1. My poem's epic, and is meant to be divided in 12 books, each book containing, with love and war, a heavy gale at sea, a list of ships and captains and kings reigning, new characters. The episodes are 3. A panoramic view of hells in training, after the style of Virgil and of Homer, so that my name of epics no misnomer. There's only one slight difference between me and my epic brethren gone before, and here the advantage is my own, I ween. Not that I have not several merits more, but this will more peculiarly be seen. They so embellish that 'tis quite a bore their labyrinth of fables to thread through, whereas this story's actually true. If any person should presume to assert this story is not moral, first I pray that they will not cry out before they're hurt, then that they'll read it o'er again and say, but doubtless nobody will be so pert, that this is not a moral tale, though gay. Besides, in Canto 12 I mean to show the very place where wicked people go. The public approbation I expect, and beg they'll take my word about the moral, which I with their amusement will connect, so children cutting teeth receive a coddle. Meantime they'll doubtless please to recollect my epical pretensions to the laurel, for fear some prudish readers should grow skittish. I've bribed my grandmother's review, the British. I sent it in a letter to the editor, who thanked me duly by return of post. I'm for a handsome article his creditor. Yet, if my gentle muse he pleased to roast, and break a promise after having made it her, denying the receipt of what it cost, and smear his page with gall instead of honey, all I can say is that he had the money. Non ego hoc ferrum calida juventa consule planco, Horace said, and so say I, by which quotation there is meant a hint that some 6 or 7 good years ago, long ere I dreamt of dating from the Brenta, I was most ready to return a blow, and would not brook at all this sort of thing in my hot youth, when George the Third was king. But now at 30 years, my hair is grey. I wonder what it will be like at 40. I thought of a peruke the other day. My heart is not much greener, and in short, I have squandered my whole summer, while 'twas May, and feel no more the spirit to retort. I have spent my life, both interest and principle, and deem not what I deemed, my soul invincible. No more, no more, oh never more on me the freshness of the heart can fall like dew, which out of all the lovely things we see extracts emotions beautiful and new, hived in our bosoms, like the bag of the bee. Think'st thou the honey with those objects grew? Alas, 'twas not in them, but in thy power, to double even the sweetness of a flower. No more, no more, oh never more, my heart, canst thou be my sole world, my universe. Once all in all, but now a thing apart, thou canst not be my blessing or my curse. The illusion's gone forever, and thou art insensible, I trust, but none the worse, and in thy stead I got a deal of judgment, though heaven knows how it e'er found a lodgment. My days of love are over. Me no more the charms of maid, wife, and still less of widow, can make the fool of which they made before. In short, I must not lead the life I did do. The credulous hope of mutual minds is o'er. The copious use of claret is forbid too. So, for a good old gentlemanly vice, I think I must take up with avarice. Ambition was my idol, which was broken before the shrines of sorrow and of pleasure. And the last two have left me many a token, the which reflection may be made at leisure. Now, like Friar Bacon's brazen head, I've spoken. Time is, time was, time's past. A chimic treasure is glittering youth, which I have spent betimes, my heart in passion, and my head on rhymes. What is the end of fame? 'Tis but to fill a certain portion of uncertain paper. Some liken it to climbing up a hill, whose summit, like all hills, is lost in vapour. For this men write, speak, preach, and heroes kill, and bards burn what they call their midnight taper, to have, when the original is dust, a name, a wretched picture, and worse, bust. What are the hopes of man? Old Egypt's King Cheops erected the first pyramid, and largest, thinking it was just the thing to keep his memory whole and mummy hid. But somebody or other, rummaging, burglariously broke his coffin's lid. Let not a monument give you or me hopes, since not a pinch of dust remains of Cheops. But I, being fond of true philosophy, say very often to myself, alas, all things that have been born were born to die, and flesh, which death mows down to hay, is grass. You've passed your youth not so unpleasantly, and if you had it o'er again, 'twould pass. So thank your stars that matters are no worse, and read your Bible, sir, and mind your purse. But for the present, gentle reader, and still gentler purchaser, the bard, that's I, must with permission shake you by the hand, and so your humble servant, and goodbye. We meet again, if we should understand each other, and if not, I shall not try your patience further than by this short sample. 'Twere well if others followed my example. Go, little book, from this my solitude, I cast thee on the waters, go thy ways. And if, as I believe, thy vein be good, the world will find thee after many days, when Southey's read and Wordsworth understood. I can't help putting in my claim to praise. The first 4 rhymes are Southey's every line. For God's sake, reader, take them not for mine.